Well, let's go find out from the beginning. We like to do it from the top so that everything that is in our radar, we put it out there for you to have a look at. Audio reportedly leaked from the ANC NEC meeting has been shared on social media and has gone viral with the hashtag CR17 bank statements as Ramaphosa detractors continue a campaign to discredit him within the party. In the audio, Ramaphosa can be heard saying that they know as ANC cadres that in some cases state money has been used in some campaigns. He says, I'm willing to fall on the sword for this rather than reveal names, said Cyril Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa seems to be saying that I will take the fall for this. There are, of course, other people who campaigned for the ANC president, but in terms of this, I will take the fall for it, as it's going to be very interesting to see the fallout from this. When the president, the entire sitting president, says he will take the fall rather than reveal names. Shoo. In Durban, one person was killed and two others injured in a drive-by shooting on the North Beach Road in Umhloti on Tuesday evening. According to Sean Herbst from the Netcare 911, the incident took place just before 7 p.m. on a popular restaurant. Netcare 911 paramedics responding to a shootout incident. Reports indicated that while seated in their vehicle, 3 people had been shot in a drive-by shooting. Medics assessed the scene and found a bullet-riddled car. One adult male had sustained fatal injuries and 2 other adult males had sustained critical injuries. The 2 patients were treated on the scene by paramedics and once stabilized were transported to hospital for further care. According to Prem Balram from the Reaction Unit SA, they received multiple calls from the beach goers after occupants of a black Mercedes opened fire with a high caliber rifle on a white Toyota Corolla. According to Balram, a security officer was killed and 2 of his colleagues were seriously injured. Several spent high caliber cartridges were recovered at the scene. SAPS has not yet responded to a request for a formal comment. In Pretoria, a former assistant director and the deputy of the Department of Home Affairs, who comes from the Congo, once again failed in his illegal bid to be regarded as a South African citizen after the department revoked his citizenship, as it was, among others, found that his marriage to the South African woman was a sham. The manner in which Mahinga Mbemba obtained South African citizenship and his employment by the department had been under investigation by the Home Affairs since 2007. The department claimed that his certificate of naturalization was fraudulently obtained on the basis of a marriage that was not above board and that he had concealed other facts. The Gauteng High Court, Pretoria, earlier ruled in Mbemba's favor and found that the Home Affairs had unfairly revoked his citizenship. The department took to the matter on appeal before the High Court and won its case, but Mbemba took the matter to the Supreme Court of Appeals, where he once again lost his case. 5 judges of the Supreme Court of Appeal concluded that he did obtain his citizenship in a fraudulent manner. His Home Affairs revoked his citizenship in 2016 and simultaneously terminated his employment with the department. Mbemba has since then turned to the courts to have department's decision overturned. He maintained all along that the department's decision to deprive him of South African citizenship was unreasonable and irrational. Mbemba was born in Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of Congo. There is a dispute as to when and how he arrived in South Africa and what he did once he was in South Africa. Records show that he arrived in the country in early 1996. He applied and obtained an asylum seeker permit, which had to be renewed every 3 months. 3 years later, he married a South African woman and applied for permanent residence on the basis of his marriage. This was granted in 2001. And 3 years later, he succeeded in obtaining citizenship. But at this stage, there were already problems in his marriage, and his wife, who had left him, gave birth to another man's child 4 months later. Mbemba, meanwhile, renounced his Congolese citizenship. After obtaining the permanent residence permit, he was appointed as an administrative clerk at the Refuge Center in Pretoria. He was later promoted to the post of assistant director. When he applied for the employment at the department, Mbemba submitted his CV as part of his application. Under work experience, he stated, amongst other things, that he worked at the embassy of the Democratic Republic of Congo in Pretoria for 2 years, from 1998 till 2000, after which he claimed he was retrenched. While working in a senior position at the department, the latter investigated credentials following the tip-off by anonymous members of the public that was all not above board. 6 years later, the department issued him with a letter which is said that its investigation revealed a number of discrepancies in its application for citizenship, such as when and how he entered the country. His early application for asylum, as well as the legitimacy of his marriage, was questioned, and the department also alleged that he falsely registered children on his personal and salary system. The letter concluded that it was evident that he was an illegal foreigner whose only two options to remain in SA as such were apply for asylum or go into a marriage of convenience. All these allegations were vehemently denied by Mbemba, who said he married his wife for love. He said only the department could explain how children of whom he knew nothing about ended up being linked to him. The department, meanwhile, who also established that when Mbemba initially applied for asylum, he claimed that he had come to South Africa and his life was in danger in the DRC. Home Affairs established that this was not true. The Supreme Court of Appeal concluded that the Home Affairs was within its right to revoke Mbemba's citizenship. As we continue, Josh Duggar has been in federal prison since he was found guilty of receiving and possessing CSAM. Duggar is currently awaiting his sentence and faces up to 20 years living behind bars. In 2020, Hamilton Ndlovu became a multimillionaire and he wanted everyone to know about it. He had scored some pretty sweet tender deals with the National Health Laboratory Services in the advent of COVID-19. Naturally, the flashy businessman splashed out his cash and caught the eye of SARS in the process. Ndlovu went viral for the photos and videos posted on his Instagram page. They show the entrepreneur flexing his newfound financial muscle with a fresh fleet of cars and some other good ostentatious goods. However, it soon became apparent that Hamilton Ndlovu wasn't playing by the rules. After investigating his tax affairs, SARS officials noticed he had not paid in his fair share of revenue collection services. After several ugly court battles to ensue, the state recovered what it was owed. We've ended up here. Hamilton Ndlovu tried to file for leave to appeal the will of the judiciary, but that fell flat on Tuesday. In fact, his application has been dismissed with costs, plunging him further into financial or fiscal quandary. Ndlovu claims he's flat broke after his luxury lifestyle was forensically taken apart. But Lebohang Modiba disagrees with this summary. There is still 50 million rand yet to be accounted for after the initial spending splurge, 15 million of which was allegedly withdrawn from ATM machines. In the absence of full disclosure of the applicant's financial means, including assistance from independent third-party sources and the 50 million rand referred to above, I'm not satisfied that the applicants have prospects of success in establishing that they will suffer hardships and it's envisaged in section 163. It is ironic that the applicants may be employing legal fees of interlocutory applications in circumstances where they are alleged there are no funds, or rather limited funds. They did not take the special tribunal into confidence as to how they are financing the stay of application and how they intend funding the various applications. Finally, and further afield in this beautiful continent of Africa, the EU's training mission in Mali handed over a command to a new general. The ceremony took place on Tuesday in the Malian capital of Bamako, and was attended by a number of European ambassadors as well as Malian military brass. The move follows the announcement that Mali has accepted 1,000 UN peacekeepers from nearby Chad. It is great honor for me to serve in this mission, and I have a great respect for Malian people and the Malian soldiers. The mission is very critical, said the Christian Rainier, the new EUTM manager or commander. The agreement comes as France announced a reduction in the deployment of troops into the country. We are looking for the benefit of the G5 force. We are going to do training, and we are going to provide them with equipment. Within this framework, we have priority countries outside Mali, but I want to say that Mali remains our first priority without a doubt. Paris has already closed down 3 army bases in northern Mali, and by next year, its presence in the country will be reduced to about 3,000 soldiers from 5,100.
We are extraterrestrial. We are KNR.